Welcome back, grade 8s. Today we're going to talk about prisms, how they work, and what we actually use them for. Now, some general notes. All the instructions are going to be in a Google document attached to the Google Classroom, as well as this entire slideshow with all of its videos also going to be in the Google Classroom. As an additional note, this lesson is too big for one day. So this lesson is actually going to count for both today's lesson and Fridays. So this is an entire week's worth of science crammed into one video. Buckle up. Now, the first part, you're going to go over some general information about what prisms are and how do they work. Let's start out by watching a video on Newton's very first experiments with light and prisms. Next, watch this excellent video on exactly how prisms work, how they are able to take white light and separate out the different colors of the visible spectrum using their different wavelengths. Now, this is fantastic. Now, if you had any difficulty with any of those terms or concepts mentioned in those videos, the section that covers this material in the textbook is section 4.3, page 150 to 153. Go ahead and look it up there. Now, one of the new things we're talking about here is something called spectroscopy. Now, this is the branch of science that investigates and measures light. So a spectroscopist, scientist, takes a look at light, the different types of light, studies them, and looks for patterns within those different types of light. And we're going to act like spectroscopists. That's such a difficult word to say. Spectroscopists. So we're going to act like spectroscopists, and we're going to build our own spectroscope. So a spectroscope is a machine that takes light and can break it into different types of light. So we're going to use the instructions from this lovely book here, STEM Lab by Smithsonian. A lot of great science projects in this book. The instructions, all very detailed. They're going to be in a PDF attached to the Google Classroom below. Now, here's the materials you're going to need to build your spectroscope. A protractor, black electrical tape, scissors, a flashlight, pencil, an old CD or DVD, cardboard tube like from a toilet paper or paper towel roll, black construction paper, or at least paper that you color black, a ruler, and a paint or paintbrush, or really anything else you want to decorate the outside of your final spectroscope. Now, you might be looking at this list and be like, oh, I don't have some of these materials. Don't worry about it. Do the best that you can with the materials that you have available to you. Now, do you absolutely need a protractor for this assignment? No, not really. You can approximate your angle and it'll work just fine. A protractor would be great, but you can do it without it. Black electrical tape. Do you need black electrical tape? Could another type of tape do? Yeah, just use whatever tape you have. Flashlight. Do you need a flashlight? No, you can use the sun. The sun will still exist. An old CD or DVD. This is the toughest one here. So I've got my DVD of Mean Girls, and when I pull it out here, we're going to use the reflective surface here on the other side. But we got to be super careful here because you don't want to be using someone's precious music or DVD for this project because it might get ruined. So make sure you ask your parent or guardian or whoever's CD or DVD it is. Make sure you ask them permission to use it before you get working on this project. Because if my wife found out I destroyed her Mean Girls DVD, I'd be in big trouble. Now, so how do you submit your work? Once you're done building your spectroscope, take a picture of or a video of your spectroscope in action, upload it to your Google Drive that you use for school, and then from there, it's real easy to just upload it to the Google Classroom assignment link. Again, as a reminder, this is 2 classes worth of material. So your spectroscope is going to be due Monday April 20th. Don't forget to upload your picture or video. Now, going deeper, this is purely bonus material. You don't have to do this, but you might want to because this stuff is kind of cool. So number one, here are some extra color crafts that are kind of sciencey that you can do at home. Now, all the materials for this video are pretty much all from the kitchen. So you shouldn't have difficulty finding any of the materials for this activity. Go ahead, check them out. Let me know how it goes. Spectroscopy. Go a little bit deeper into this topic. Now, when we talked about the particle theory of matter, we told you everything is made up of particles. We didn't really tell you what those particles were. When we're talking about those particles, we're really talking about atoms. And there's different types of atoms that exist in the universe. And they're all on our periodic table of elements. So if you can see my mouse here at the very top left-hand corner, we had H. That's hydrogen. Hydrogen has its own type of atom. If we go right below it, lithium, like the lithium in your lithium batteries. Lithium is its own type of atom. And these are different elements. They have very different properties. Now, one of those properties that's very different is when you light them on fire or give them a bunch of energy, they give off different kinds of light. So they sort of have like a light signature. And this is really great. So when we look at a star or any other object that's glowing, we can take a look at that light and figure out what that material is made of based on the types of light that it's giving off. Now, if you want to figure out exactly how that works, watch these two videos. So the first one talks about spectroscopy and stars, and then the second one goes into a little bit more detail of exactly how spectroscopy works. These are both great, very accessible videos. Now, if you want to do this on super hard mode, this is Garrick Israelian. He is a spectroscopist. So he is a scientist that spends all of his time looking at stars and studying the types of light that are being emitted from them and trying to figure out exactly what those stars are made up of. This material is really difficult and really, really tough. So if you're up for a challenge, go ahead and try this video and let me know what you think. So here, just to recap, prisms. You're going to start out by watching the YouTube videos on prisms and how they work. Number two, build your own spectroscope. Again, instructions are attached to the Google Classroom. Once you're done, make sure you don't forget to upload your photo or video of your spectroscope in action to the Google Classroom. Again, this is due Monday, April the 20th. Then third, if you want to go deeper into some of these activities and material, check out that Going Deeper bonus material. You won't regret it. But again, bonus material means not required. So you don't have to do it if you don't want to. All right, perfect. Get to it. Explore, have fun, do science.